Hi guys, welcome back. Today, Elaina and I have a tier ranking video for you guys.
We are going to do a deep dive on some of our favorite fantasy worlds to consider, okay, we love reading about them, but would we want to go there?
And then would we actually survive when we got there? You know, surprisingly, there's a lot of places I think we would like to go, even though we would survive maybe a day.
Yeah, if that might be generous, but
we'll see.
To be clear, we're not survivalists, you know? We don't go camping. We're not particularly strong.
We're moderately smart.
We're good at reading. In some of these worlds, that will be helpful.
But we're not like geniuses.
Speak for yourself.
You particularly.
I particularly what, Erin?
Even like you are like the most princess person I've ever met, okay? When we are together, I literally have to do everything because you expect, like, you will not drive.
Nope.
You will not take like a suitcase out of a car.
I don't carry heavy things.
Carry things. So
I'd be like, day one, I'd be like, who's going to refill my Stanley?
Exactly. It's like coming off the Olympics where you sit on the sofa and
true. And you're like,
judge all of these Olympic athletes.
They didn't stick that landing.
Yeah, that's what we do with all of these characters and books. So let's do a little tier ranking.
So there are some parameters here because obviously there's a million different ways this could go. So we had to set some ground rules.
That's right. In this imaginary scenario, we are going into these bookish worlds as ourselves. We have all of the knowledge of reading the books, but we are mortal, human, non-magic.
Erin and Elaina.
Yeah, dropped into these worlds. That's parameter number one.
Okay, and the second rule is we could be at any point in the book series. So if it's a long book series, there are a lot of variables to consider. We have no way of knowing where in the timeline we will be dropped.
Yeah, we don't get to like choose to arrive post-conflict.
Yeah, that would be too easy.
That would be great, but it's a risk. The third parameter is that we do actually get to choose where in the world we're dropped. It's not super fair if we're just dropped in literally the middle of a war or something, you know, like in the battlefield.
Yeah.
No, we get to choose at least where we start.
And lastly, in cases where we disagree on where we would tier rank it, the person who read the books first or has read more of them gets the final say.
And there are a couple books that only one of us has read. And in that case, obviously only that person will get to decide for the group if we're going or not.
Right. Okay, what are the tiers?
Okay, so we have 6 tiers and 27 worlds that we will be ranking today. First, we'll start at the top. Would drop everything to live here, as in...
Let's go!
It's basically heaven, yeah.
Yeah.
Next is put me in, coach.
It's like, I think I can take this. I think I got this.
Yeah, that's like relying heavily on our knowledge of the books in some cases too, but you know, that's fine.
Maybe foolhardy, but... Next is risky, but I'll do it, where it's like, okay, I mean, I'm gonna give it my best shot.
The next is tough call, but no. These are worlds that like sound really nice or like we really wish it, but if we're being honest with ourselves, there's absolutely no chance of survival or any fun to be had.
Yep. Next is doesn't sound fun. So these are the worlds that maybe we enjoyed reading about them, but it doesn't sound at all fun to live there.
And then lastly is dear God, please no. If dropping everything to live there is heaven, then dear God, please no is pure hell.
Right. All right, let's just get into it.
All right, let's get into it. Okay, I wanted to start with literally the most like classic fantasy book world of all time. I literally just watched The Lord of the Rings last night and I figured, yeah, let's start there.
Yes, The Lord of the Rings. Would we go to Middle Earth?
You know what? Like watching the movie, it does look beautiful. The Shire is very appealing.
I think we all think of the Shire. Like if you were gonna go.
But all of the Elvish realms look very beautiful as well.
There's a lot of risk. It's not a minor conflict going on in Middle Earth.
No, and those like orcs and stuff are disgusting looking.
Absolutely.
They are so gross.
I would just pee my pants
For
in
sure.
real life.
Like, the coming out of the mud and stuff, too. I couldn't even watch it, let alone, like, live in it.
So true.
But, I don't know. I feel like if we risked it and asked to be put in the Shire, even though we'll be tall, I think it's risky, but I would go.
Risky, but I'll go.
Yeah. And then, like, fingers crossed, we can just sort of skate by as the conflict plays itself out.
I was thinking we could be squatters at Frodo's house.
That's actually a great idea. It's such a cute little house, too.
There's definitely some Lord of the Rings, like, expert out there that's like, actually, so-and-so repurposes the house.
Yeah, okay, but you know.
Listen, the scope of our
this
knowledge.
This is what we're gonna do. Yeah. Okay, so we'll put that in.
Risky, but I'll do it.
Risky, but I'll do it. I thought next we could jump to some Brandon Sanderson worlds.
Yeah, and we're not going to cover every Brandon Sanderson world because we would be here all day. But we'll cover the main few. Starting with, what are we starting with?
Let's start with Mistborn.
Okay, so Scadrial.
Era 1.
Mistborn Era 1. Aaron hasn't read Era 2, so no spoilers.
Okay.
So, it's not going great.
You literally could not pay me to go there.
Like, the Ashmounts.
There's like, the world is literally imploding. I mean, and we would just be little humans. I mean, we would not survive a day.
Unless we suffered super intense trauma and became Mistborn. Yeah, if your only hope at enjoying the world is suffering severe trauma first, it's probably a no. So, what are we thinking?
Pass. I'm saying, dear God, please no.
I think, dear God, please no. I mean, it's an apocalypse.
It's literally the apocalypse. I'm out.
We love the books. We don't want to go.
Okay. And then we have the Stormlight Archives in, what's the name of that world?
Rashar.
Rashar,
I feel a little bit differently. And Aaron hasn't read these, so I get to pick.
Yep.
I'm saying, put me in, coach, because I will bond a spren and have a bunch of amazing adventures. And I would go seek out the main characters to give myself the best chance at survival. It's such a cool, magical world, and it does feel less apocalyptic than Scadrial to me.
Is that like realistic for you to bond with a whatever?
Yeah.
When I was like looking up a bunch of different bookish worlds to even include here, Rashar was one that came up as like one of the top tier ones that people
would go. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I feel validated.
Okay.
I'm not saying it would be like easy peasy.
No.
But I want to go.
Okay. Next on the list, I put in Outlander. And yes, I'm aware that this is a bookish world that's essentially just 18th century Scotland. There is obviously time traveling. And you know, if I was dropped in 18th century Scotland and couldn't hack it, then I know how to time travel.
Okay, that's fair. Actually, I didn't consider that. That's a good point.
So
I was thinking, hell no.
No running water, no electricity, no medicine. I get it.
And I don't feel like I have... Yeah, Claire is a
Claire is a
doctor.
doctor. That's true. But like the men.
I mean,
Jamie I think he's like top tier book boyfriend.
You're right about that. I mean, you're right about that. Like,
I would risk
honestly.
a lot, and if I don't find one, then I just go back to the regular time. Although, like, I don't know if it would drop me in 1960, which again would not be ideal, or 1940.
Yikes.
But I'm gonna say risky, but I'll go for the men.
For the men. Next up, we have The Serpent and the Wings of Night, the world being Nyaxia. And I loved this book, but it does not sound fun. I'm not going. As a human?
As a human?
In the vampire world?
Can you become a vampire? Is it worth it?
For all intents and purposes, no.
Okay, then no.
I mean, basically my options would be live in squalor or get eaten. So...
Not worth it.
Pass.
All right, next is Legendborn, which again is basically our world.
Modern day.
Yeah. but with magic and
a secret society.
This one's
I'm
hard.
so interested to hear what you're going to say.
This one's hard because it's set at the University of North Carolina, which is where I went to school. So I feel like I would have a leg up because I know Chapel Hill very well.
I can picture you're like, quick, let's get to the quad.
I know the way, or like, there's a secret passageway in here. And I don't really know any secret passageways, but I feel like I could find them very easily. And like, the idea of being part of a secret society sounds fun, but we wouldn't have magic,
But we wouldn't be in the secret society.
We'd have to be like,
you have to be like born into it, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't want to be the servant.
Well, we could get some benefits from it. I don't know. I don't know if me knowing Chapel Hill is enough for me to want to subject myself to this world.
Yeah.
I'm going to say tough call, but no.
I'm in agreement.
Okay.
Tough call, but no. Next up, another classic. ACOTAR. Would we go to Prythian?
As a human.
Yes, as ourselves.
The only way I would want to be in that world is if I'm a fae.
Right. I agree. Here's the plan, okay, guys? If you haven't read ACOTAR, skip ahead a second. We drop ourselves in Hybern. They have the cauldron. We hop into that cauldron, okay?
Hopefully they have it, depending on what time.
Okay, it's a risk. It's basically like 50-50 shot.
But if it's post, then that
If
means
it's post, then how
like,
can we can't be in Hybern's camp if it's post, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's just like what happens to Hybern? Isn't it like destroyed or like if it's post conflict, then everything's fine and we just travel to where the cauldron it gets destroyed.
It gets destroyed.
Okay. Regardless, we try.
I think we got to give it a go.
We give it a go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a little hot tub sesh.
Okay. We come out as fae.
We're not little bitches about it.
This is getting a little.
This is unhinged, but I'm saying yes. I'm saying put me in. I'm saying let's go. We got two of us. We're a team.
That's fine. Okay, but I just for the record want to say that I would like to end up in probably the summer court, which makes no sense because I don't even like summer that much.
Yay! I'm so happy.
But
yeah, let's go.
It sounds so magical there.
Yes.
I really liked it. So
it's
let's
beautiful.
Hightail it to the summer court after we figure out how to make ourselves fit.
I am so down. Right. Put me in, coach.
There we go. Because I like the autumn court, but they all sound very dickish there.
They do sound dickish.
It's not worth it. Okay, next is another super popular world. It's the known world from A Song of Ice and Fire or Game of Thrones. I wanted to make sure that we didn't just put Westeros because it's obviously a very big world. And actually, if I really had to think about it, Westeros is not where I would want to be.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick
anywhere.
Westeros.
Yeah. But generally speaking, is there anywhere really in this world that you would want to be as a human?
I would not last a day. I don't know if I would last an hour. No. I think, honestly, I can't think of anywhere that I could drop and be
okay,
even just safe, much less happy and enjoying my life. So I'm saying absolutely not.
It does sound like hell to me. Like there is nowhere.
It's so violent. Dear God, please no.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Next, we have Legends and Lattes, and I think we can specifically say Thune.
Yeah.
Would we go to Thune in the Legends and Lattes world? I'm saying a zillion % yes.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would give a lot to taste one of those cinnamon buns. Like, I have dreams about that.
Absolutely. We could pretend to invent pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh my God. That's
Imagine.
So true.
This is a scenario where we have useful, relevant information, you know?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's go. This is looking good. This is
very well dispersed.
This is making a lot of sense to me.
I agree.
All right, let's do Fourth Wing. Would you go to Navarre? Honestly.
All right.
Okay.
I know. Listen. Okay. Aaron thinks I would not last crossing the bridge. I wouldn't make it.
Genuinely, I don't think that you could walk up the stairs to get to the top of the tower to walk the bridge. You would be like, where is the elevator?
I won't even sleep on the top bunk because I don't like heights, but I would go Because I want a dragon.
You would never make it to that stage.
I want a dragon.
You would never, ever make it to that stage.
That's exactly what they told Violet.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
But Violet's mom is like the captain. She has insider knowledge that...
Are you saying Violet is a Nepo baby?
She is. Of course, yes. And she has like knowledge of plants and stuff.
I would train.
You would train.
Sounds horrible,
oh my God. Okay, if we're going, then I will be one of the like scribes or whatever they're called.
Perfect. You can be my in. You can smuggle me info from the library.
There's no way.
All right, hater.
But fine. Look,
I'm doing it. Let's go.
I will do it for you. It's risky, but I'll do it.
Okay, great. As long as we're going.
As long as I can stay in the library and let you deal with the dragons.
I'm going to give it a shot.
Okay.
Next up is Red Rising, which is set on Mars. And I've only read the first one, so this is based solely on my knowledge of the first book. Here's the thing. I don't know what color I would end up. And also, I don't really know that much about how the other color factions' day-to-day lives go. I only know that it sucks to be red. So at no point have I heard about daily life that sounds enjoyable in Red Rising. So I'm going to go with doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, I mean, having not read the book, I don't want to live on Mars. If Earth implodes, then I will just implode with it. Like, I don't need to live on a different planet personally.
Brave.
All right, so then what about the His Dark Materials series, Golden Compass, which is like a multiverse?
Yes, it is a multiverse, and it traumatized me as a child. I'm just thinking about like the polar bears and...
I do like the talking animals. Like, I think it's cool. It's a little terrifying.
It's very terrifying.
And remember, there's like a city in the second one that she goes in. Do you remember that?
Yep.
I always thought it sounded appealing because she would like go in the restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
But in reality, I could do that here.
I'm just too traumatized, honestly. Like, thinking about the series, I read it as a kid and... You know,
maybe if we could get dropped just in Oxford and just live
in
our
Oxford,
normal lives in Oxford.
But I don't want to.
And then what's the point of that then? Yeah.
I'd rather just live here than Oxford.
Otherwise, the rest of the multiverse just kind of sounds like hell, honestly.
It would be complicated. Like, it would be so complicated.
And like where they're all kept in the first one, it was traumatizing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just say no. Like a straight up no.
It's a no.
Yeah.
Dear God, please no.
It's in good company there.
Another fantasy classic, The Wheel of Time, Randland. I did read this entire series, so I think I can safely say risky, but I'll do it. And I have a plan.
Okay.
I mean, first of all, hopefully I have the aptitude to be Aes Sedai. If so, great, cool. Obviously, I'm not going to go with Elida's faction. I'm going to stick with the good guys and be Aes Sedai. That would be sick. If not, I'm going to find Matt. I'm going to find Matt in the world. Yes, it's risky because of the whole luck thing. It could either go really well or it could go really badly. But I think I could make it go really well. So I'm going to say risky, but I'll do it.
Okay, I understood none of that, but I really liked how confident you were in that plan.
I've thought about this before.
Okay. I kind of want to read that. Should I?
It's 15 books.
Never mind. I'll watch the show.
All right, next up we have From Blood and Ash, The Kingdom of Solis. Aaron has not read this. I recently read it, and I didn't like the book at all. Therefore, it may come as a shock to you when I say I would drop everything to go.
Why?
I need to go. I'm going to find Poppy. I'm going to sit her down, and I'm going to explain, like, these are bare minimum things that you should require from a man who is romantically interested in you. I'm going to give her a little lesson on consent. I'm going to have a little talk with her.
You're gonna drop everything so you can go tell someone about consent. That is literally the most girl's girl thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yes, that's exactly right.
To have this one conversation.
She needs me. Somebody needs to tell her that this is not acceptable.
Would you survive after that? I guess maybe if she like...
Maybe she'll protect me
as
a thank you for being like, look, basic
you don't
decency.
have to take this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a weird one.
It stands, though. I stand by it.
I don't know where I would fit into that scenario, but I'm just going to have to go along for the ride with that.
Yeah, you would back me up.
Yeah. I find that to be very weird company for Legends and Lattes. Next, we're going to do Throne of Glass.
Okay, I only read the first 3.
Okay.
But you
I've
read them all.
all of them. I mean, like, as a human, this world does not sound fun to me at all.
Yeah.
And it's not, like, pretty enough. There's no sort of...
There's draw.
Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing that would make me want to go there.
It would just be normal life, but harder.
Trying to like remember if there's any way I can like get magic and stuff, but I don't think there is. And I'm not like athletic enough to be like a super skilled swordsman or anything. So what's the point?
None. No point. Let's not go.
Okay. It doesn't sound fun though. I'm not going to say it would be hell because I still feel like I could probably figure something out, but not enough to make it sound fun at all.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm just glad I don't have to go. Next up. Letters of Enchantment, the Divine Rivals world. Would we go there?
Hell no.
To the war-torn hellscape.
No.
Gods at war.
It's like World War II with gods.
Yeah. Yes.
There's no part of that sounds appealing.
Yeah.
There's no reason that I would want to go there.
I feel like this is an easy one. It's an easy, dear God, please no.
Yeah. Okay, now I've put Circe / Song of Achilles, essentially...
Ariadne.
Yes. Ancient Greece.
Mythological ancient Greece.
During the Golden Age, I think. Is that somewhere that interests you?
I mean, it's tempting. Like...
It is tempting. Greece, in any way, shape, or form...
So true. That's so true.
But, like, the Minotaur...
Honestly, I don't think we would make it.
No, I mean, we wouldn't at all. Even if we could somehow seduce a god, they would tire of us.
We'd be less likely to make it.
Yeah, like, there's no scenario where this works out well for us.
Honestly, better not.
Tough call, though.
Tough call.
I'm going to say it is a little bit of a tough call.
It's so tempting. Tough call, but no.
Probably not worth it.
Okay, back to another Brandon Sanderson world, but this is not the Cosmere. Skyward, which is our universe in the future. And I'm thinking, yes.
Really?
I
Why
would
do you
go.
want to take me to all these space places?
It's not going to feel that space-ish because we're going to go to detritus where there's other humans. They even have a zoo. They're like the last living animals. It's like a Noah's Ark situation. So does that help?
No, that's horrific.
Oh, no. I mean, there's other animals. There are animals. Okay, I'm not selling this at all. That's such a minor detail, too. Okay, listen, hear me out. We could help them. They need more humans because we're dying out.
Do you really think we can, like, defeat the aliens?
No, but Spensa can, and she definitely will. We're going to be fine. We could be teachers. That's a good job in their society. Not like us.
So we're solely going because the job situation is
the
a
job
little more
market.
hopeful.
The job market is better.
All
I
right.
think we could do well, and we could help.
All right. Again, as long as you have a plan.
Great. Let's do it. Coach, put me in.
I'll put you in and die alongside you. All right, next we'll do the Folk of the Air series. I've only read the Cruel Prince trilogy, but I feel like I've got a pretty solid understanding of Elfhame at this point, and I can very safely say that I would in no way, shape, or form survive as a human. These are like serious fairies. They're mean to each other. Oh. They would make me a servant. We would have a horrible life.
Oh my God.
It doesn't even sound that like particularly pretty or appealing in any way, shape, or form. The main character of these books is a human and she rocks it, but she grows up there. She knows things that we don't. And like if I had to choose, I would never ever choose to live there, okay? They're just too mean. I do think if we were forced to, we could figure it out for a little while, or at least now I know how to get back to the mortal world. But
that's good.
Nah, it doesn't sound fun. I feel like I should be coming up with plans though, because for all the books that you've read, you have a very solid plan of how to get
Not all of them.
Whereas I'm just like, nah, abandon.
Next up, we have the world from the Caraval and Once Upon a Broken Heart series. And I'm telling you, I would rock it in this world. Like, let's go. You and me, we would be so good at this.
Really?
Like, it's all about like scavenger hunts and thinking things through and the dresses.
Would we have to be in a circus or not?
No, definitely not.
I thought it was like a circus world or something.
Well, Caraval is like an event that happens on the world, and it's circus-ish.
Okay.
But we could win Caraval. The two of us, we could team up, and we would destroy them. I mean, we would kill it.
Would we get good stuff from it?
Yeah, we would each get a wish. So...
I would have to think of a really good wish, but if I could think of a good enough one, then I would drop everything to go there. If you're that confident,
I'm so confident. We would all those Nancy Drew games we played.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next is a childhood favorite, The Chronicles of Narnia. Would you go to this world? I personally, since I first read these as a kid, was obsessed with Turkish delight, or like the idea of Turkish delight literally would make me kind of want to go here. And second, was also obsessed with Prince Caspian and that entire book and the setting. If I could be dropped into
if
that
we were
book,
gonna go, we would.
Caspian.
I would pick that book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would be into this.
And you're not wrong about the Turkish delight. I think a lot of us have that moment.
It just sounded so
Sounds
appealing.
so good.
Like it must have been so good.
Did I ever tell you when I was a kid, for some reason I thought it was fried chicken? I think my brain was like Turkish. Turkey delight, turkey leg, fried chicken. Okay.
And that sounded appealing,
and I was like, yeah, I get it.
And like a huge friendly lion that like protects you. It sounds nice.
Yeah, I want to be given a magical gift. Like,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
So I'm gonna say put me in, Coach. I'm not gonna say this is like heaven for me.
No, it's not. It's not my first choice, but
I think we could handle ourselves well.
Yeah. Okay, next up we have Master of Jin Cairo, superpower steampunk Cairo.
I'm into this.
It's a cool world.
Yeah.
A very cool world. I guess my only thing is I don't think I would do well there. I don't know what my plan would be. I would probably become like a beggar. Like, I can't imagine getting dropped in and being able to make it, you know. It'd be cool just to see, but then
as a beggar,
you're stuck there.
Yeah. I'm gonna say a hard pass.
You don't want to go be a beggar with me?
We can pretend like it's a tough call.
Okay.
To be nice, considering how much you think the world is cool.
It's so cool, but
All right, now one that I've read, A Dawn of Onyx. I believe the world is called Evendel, and it's like split up into different territories. This world sounds pretty messed up, but the main character, Arwen, is from this kingdom called Kingdom of Amber, and it's a whole territory that's like in perpetual autumn.
Oh no.
Yes, it's technically at war, but it sounds so appealing. Literally, the trees do not change. They are always like beautiful fall colors. It's always crisp. It's literally fall all the time.
All of you fall girls are just like glassy-eyed right now.
It just sounds nice. I don't know. I think I would probably risk it to be in this world of autumn. I won't participate in the war and have fall forever.
I mean, it could be worse. I don't want to go to fall forever, but it could be worse.
There's other places that I'll ship you off to.
Okay.
And we'll figure it out. But I'm going to say risky, but we're doing it, okay?
All right, I'll go.
Indulge in my current fall obsession.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, next up we have the world from Gideon the Ninth, which is just doesn't have a name, really.
Okay.
The different planets have names. I would definitely go there. Gideon is probably my favorite fictional character of all time. And I would go and I would drop myself at Canaan House. It would be so confusing for everybody, but maybe I could be helpful if someone doesn't immediately kill me. But I actually don't think they would. They'd be so confused to see me there that I think they would.
We're just going to rely on the element of surprise.
Yes. Just to meet Gideon. Strictly to meet Gideon. I just remembered you're going to be there.
Yeah, I feel like I have to be so selfless in all of these situations.
I have to go to Perpetual Fall.
We're not putting it in drop everything.
Yes, we are. This is my ultimate. No, it's not my ultimate, but it is. It's not. Okay. No, it is drop everything.
You would drop everything to be in a space necromancy world where you are neither a necromance or familiar with space. Necromancer.
Fine, put me in, coach.
Just because you like a character does not mean that you should force us to live there.
Fine, but
okay.
I feel like I still got my way, so.
Okay, next we have the One Dark Window series. I have no idea.
Yeah, the world building is kind of weak in this series, so.
Blunder. Okay.
Yeah, blunder. Would we go to blunder?
Yeah.
It would be a blunder.
I mean, like, can you ever choose to go somewhere named Blunder?
Come
on.
on.
Awful.
I mean, the other thing, too, is it's not like there's other places to go.
No, you're, like, trapped by this mist that essentially, like, kills... You're in this little town forever.
Yeah, you're stuck in this, like, gloomy, gothic setting.
And then we'd have to, like...
The setting is so cool to read about.
It's eerie, but
Steal cards. We're screwed. We're screwed.
And then even when we get the cards... We can't even be beautiful forever without becoming like a cold-hearted bitch.
That's fine.
We can't do anything.
We're already there. We'd show up and they'd be like, you have the card, don't you?
But then
targets
we
on
would
our
never
backs.
get a moment. Yeah, we'd be targets. And any of the other cards, there's too many drawbacks. Like, this world is unappealing.
It is unappealing.
And the men don't sound that nice.
It's funny because reading it, I like reading about this atmosphere. It's so unique and cool and spooky. But I don't want to go.
No, from afar, from the couch, yeah.
I think it doesn't sound fun.
All right, fine.
All right, next up we have Emily's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which is basically set in our world, but there's fairies there. But similar to the Cruel Prince series, these are not like the cute, fun fairies or the ones that are just basically elves. You know, like these are the ones that steal your baby.
They sound not fun, and I'd rather just live in a world where they don't exist.
I will say there's very little sexism in this world, which is kind of nice.
Okay.
We wouldn't have access to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't necessarily benefit from the fairies there.
We could we become scholars of them, though, like her? Would that be
That's
fun?
That's probably what we would do, but...
That sounds interesting.
I guess actually, no. Thinking about it, it would be fun. Just doing a bunch of research on fairies.
And, like, traveling around.
Okay. Tough call. But no.
Okay.
More fun, very fun to read about this world. I don't think so.
To live there. Okay. Okay, we're down to our final book of the day.
Yes, let's bring it on home with our childhood fave.
Childhood fave, yeah.
Toral from Tamara Pierce's many series. This is my dream scenario. I've been dreaming about this since probably 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 100% I would go. We'd probably do well.
I think so.
Even without magic, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity.
I'd have to ride a horse, right?
Probably, yeah.
Most likely.
Probably, yeah.
I'll
teach you. It's not that hard.
Okay.
And we would probably be smart to seek out the main character of whatever time period we drop ourselves into.
Okay.
Because they're always nice and looking for friends, and we'd make friends, girl power. You know.
And we'd be fulfilling
a
dream of yours.
100%.
We could make it work.
I might be able to get a dragon.
Does that mean that we can like put Fourth Wing down a few notches?
Nope.
Okay. So here's
Look
where
how
we've ended
perfectly dispersed this is. That was not on purpose.
That was not on purpose. And I'm actually still a little salty about some of these decisions that we've come to. But generally speaking, this makes sense.
This was fun. This was actually really fun. Okay, so these are almost 30 bookish fantasy worlds and whether or not we would want to be dropped in.
If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about Elena's terrible choices. If
Back me up.
Any books that we missed that we should be considering?
Yeah, where's your like ultimate book world that you would want to go? Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We so appreciate it when you do.
And until our next video, we'll see you later.
See you soon.